Welcome to Pilates with you. This is a 25-minute posture-focused full body workout. No equipment is needed, all you need is a mat, and let's begin. We'll start on our hands and knees facing towards the front of your mat. We're going to start to warm up the shoulders, so keeping your arms straight. With control, lower your chest down slightly so that the shoulder blades are able to squeeze together. And then on your exhale, you're going to push the shoulder blades back up to widen the shoulder blades. And continue. The movement is small, keeping the top of your head pulling forward. 3 more. 2. Last one. Now we're going to start to take some cat-cow stretches. So inhale, lift the chin and chest up. Exhale, tuck the chin in towards your chest as you round the spine. So increasing our range of motion. If you want, you can start to draw circles with your head and tail. Do whatever feels good for you. Take this a few more times. Let this be your last one. You're going to start to go into a neutral spine. So top of the head is pulling forward as your tailbone pulls back. You're going to stretch your right arm forward, left leg reaches back. Keeping the arm and leg straight, lift them up. You're going to start to bend your elbow and knee so that they touch. Stretch the arm and leg back out. Lower them down and repeat, lifting. Then bend the elbow and knee in. Stretch and then lower down. If you're having a little difficulty keeping your balance, keep your right hand down. Three more. Make sure your left hand is firmly pressing down against the mat. 2 more. Last one, you're going to keep the arm and leg lifted and hold. From here, the right arm is going to open out to the right as the left leg pulls towards the left. Bend the arm and leg to a 90-degree angle. Straighten back out towards the diagonal to then return back to center. So open arm and leg out. Bend the arm and leg. Straighten out. Return back to your midline and repeat. 3 more. 2, make sure your belly button is pulling up. Keep the shoulder blades pushing up towards the ceiling. Last one. Right arm is going to stay reaching forward. Left leg is going to start to pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the right hand down, left knee comes down, and take a rest. Now you're going to come up onto the knees, so lift your chest up. And then from here, your arms are going to stay long beside you. Hinge your body forward, bend your elbows, extend the arms, and then come back to vertical. And repeat. Hinge, take a tricep extension, and then come all the way back up, squeezing your glutes at the top. Keep your arms lifting up as they stretch back. As you lift back up to vertical, make sure the top of your head is pulling up. Send your hips forward as you come back up to vertical. We got one more set. Bend, straighten the arms and keep them straight. Staying hinged forward, on your exhale, you're going to float the arms up so that they're alongside your head and then reach the arms back. So swinging the arms front and back. Make sure you're not arching in your spine and the shoulders aren't creeping up. Create one long line from the top of your head and down towards your tail. Final 2. After your last one, reach the arms back, palms face up, and we're going to take tricep extensions. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the arms straight and come all the way back up to your vertical. Now we're going to move on to the other side. So you're going to come back down onto your hands and knees. You're going to stretch your left arm forward, right leg back. On your exhale, lift arm and leg up. Bend the elbow and knee so that they touch. Extend and then drop the arm and leg. And repeat. Lift, bend, extend, and lower. 4 more. 3. Make sure you're pulling your right hip down so you're not falling too far over to the left. Final 2. Last one. Keep your arm and leg straight. You're going to open the left arm to the left as the leg reaches to the right. Bend your arm and leg to a 90-degree angle, straighten, and then come back to center and repeat. Open, bend, extend out towards the diagonal, come back to your midline. 3 more. As you're moving from side to side, make sure the arm and leg don't drop in height. Final 2. Last one. Bend, extend, come back to your middle and start pulsing your right leg up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly start to drop the hand and knee, and then big exhale, take a child's pose. Let's take 2 more breaths here. 1 more, and on your next exhale, you can slowly roll up to seated. Moving on to abdominals, you're going to sit down onto your mat and bring your legs out in front of you with your knees bent and feet on your mat. Stack your arms and keep your spine long and tall. From here, you're going to lean back, hinging back towards your mat. Take an inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, you're going to come all the way back up to vertical. And repeat. Lean back with a nice straight spine. Lengthen your spine even more as you come back up. 3 more. Make sure there's no arching in the spine, so really pull your belly button back. Zip the ribs together. Final 2, pulling the top of your head away from your tail. We got 1 more, and this time we're going to hold at the bottom. Keeping your core nice and tight, you're going to extend your arms up, and then from there you're going to lower the arms down and then pull them back up alongside your ears, and repeat. So all we're doing is just bringing the arms up and down in our hinge position. Taking 3 more. Last 2. 1 more, reach your arms back up. We're going to hold here for 3, 2, 1. Big exhale, fold over your legs, reach for your toes, drop your head. Take a moment to stretch here, and when you're ready, you can roll up to sit up and return to your seated position with your feet on the mat with the knees bent. Continuing with the abdominals, restack your arms and keep your spine long. Lean back into your hinge position. From here, you're going to rotate to the right, double pulse, and then rotate to the left, double pulse, and repeat to the right, double pulse, to the left, double pulse. 8 more. 7, 6, 5. Keep breathing. 4, belly button back. Final 3. Last 2, shoulders down away from the ears. Last 1. We got single rotations. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Twist a little more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return back to center. You can stretch your legs, reach your arms up on your inhale, and then exhale, bow over your legs and reach for your toes. So now when you're ready, you're going to roll back up. This time you're going to come down onto your elbows. You can keep your legs bent. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders. On your exhale, you can begin lifting the legs. Keep the feet together and open your knees apart so you have a diamond shape with the legs. On your inhale, drop the toes down towards your mat and then float them back up. And repeat. Inhale to lower, exhale to pull the legs back up. Now if this feels good, you can keep doing this. Otherwise, for a little extra challenge, you're going to start to extend the legs up towards the diagonal and then dip the toes back down. So in between, you're just going to stretch the legs up, bend the knees, and then lower the toes back down. Make sure your shoulders aren't rolling forward. Try to keep your collarbones wide as you're still squeezing the shoulder blades together. As you straighten the legs, make sure you point the toes to squeeze the inner thighs together. Going into our last set, the next time you straighten your legs, you're going to hold. Start to draw circles, so moving your feet away from each other, almost like drawing little hearts with your feet. We're here for 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and reverse. If you need to keep your knees bent, please do so. You could just hold a tabletop position. You're here for 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze the legs together, bend your knees, extend the legs down onto your mat, and one more time, reach over your thighs, reach for your toes. Start to make your ways up to seated. We're going to work on some obliques, so this time you're going to come onto your left elbow and hip, making sure that your left elbow is right underneath your shoulder. Begin to press your hips up and see if you could bring your right leg with you. When you got your balance, right arm is going to stretch up towards the ceiling. If you need to keep your right foot down, please do so. On your next exhale, you're going to rotate down towards your mat, threading your right arm underneath your armpit, and then you're going to open back up, lower everything down, and then press back up. And repeat, rotate, opening back up, drop the hips, and then press back up. Three more. Last 2. And 1. Open back up and you're going to hold. Staying lifted, you're going to pull your leg up and your hand down to meet and then return. And keep going. Meet your arm and leg together and lower. 4 more. 3. Last 2. And 1. Slowly lower everything down. We're going to take a mermaid stretch. So swing your right leg back behind you, lower your right hand down, and bring your left arm overhead to reach towards the right. And then when you're ready, you're going to go to the opposite side, lowering your left elbow down, reaching your right arm over. Taking it one more time to each side, stretching to the right, opening up the left side of your body, and then going towards the left, reaching your right arm. So now we're going to go to the other side. So you're going to lower your right arm down with your right hip on the mat, making sure your right elbow is underneath your shoulder. Left arm is going to reach up, left leg is extended. You'll lift your hips up, left leg is going to come up if you can. On your exhale, you're going to rotate down towards your mat and then open back up, come back down and repeat. If you need to keep your left foot on the ground for support, go ahead. 4 more. Really press your elbows down. 3. Try to find a bigger twist each time you rotate. So try to find the back of your room. Last one. Open back up and you're going to hold. Lifting the leg, lowering the arm for 5 more. And 4. Last 3. Keep pulling your hips up. 2. And 1. Slowly start to lower down. We're going to go for our mermaid stretch. From here, sitting in your Z sit, you're going to reach to the left, bringing your right arm over. And then once you've had enough of that, you're going to go to the other side, lowering your right arm down, reaching your left arm overhead. And we'll take it one more time to each side. Last time to the second side. Really opening up that side body. And then coming up. You can turn towards the front edge of your mat and we're going to come back onto our hands and knees. And this time we're going to go into a full plank. So stretch both legs back behind you. We're going to do some slow motion mountain climbers. So starting with the left leg, you're going to lift it up, pull your knee to your nose as you pull your nose to your knee, and then we're going to switch. So there's a slight crunch in the body as one knee pulls forward, and really pull that knee as far forward as you can. We have about 8 more. If you want to speed this up for a little bit more challenge, go for it, or go as slow as you need. Keep it going. We have about 3 more. Last 2. And 1. We have a plank hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, big exhale, press back into a downward dog. I'm going to take a moment to stretch the backs of the legs here, so really press the heels down. If you want to pedal out your feet, go ahead. Make sure your shoulders are pulling away from the ears. We got one more set of planks, so on your exhale, you're going to start to roll forward back into your plank. Now we're going to take twisted mountain climbers, so you're going to take right knee to left elbow, left knee to right elbow. For a bit more intensity, you can pick up the pace, otherwise you can stay with me. We're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet back down onto your mat. And we're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Take 2 deep breaths here. And then on your next exhale, you're going to start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Once your chest is close towards your thighs, you can grab hold of your elbows. Keep your knees bent and gently rock from side to side to feel a nice stretch in your lower back and maybe behind the backs of the legs. And then when you're ready, you can start to lower the fingertips down onto the floor, bend your knees, and slowly roll up to stand. Head is the last thing to come up, and once you're vertical, go ahead and take some shoulder rolls going back. Great, so now from here, you're going to bring your hands back behind the head. Just to make it to the other side, we're going to take some twisted marches going forward towards the front of your mat. So we're just going to step forward, bring one knee up and twist towards that leg and switch. Pulling your belly button back towards your spine, and with every rotation, feel the top of your head pulling up away from your hips. Continue to march forward until you end up in the front edge of your mat. Once you're there, you can start to march in place. We're here for 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet back to parallel, stand tall. Going into squats, bend your knees, sit your hips back, and then press your hips forward to stretch the knees. Try to grow taller every time you stand up, and sink down an inch deeper every time you squat. Ensure your weight is going to the backs of your heels to avoid any pressure on the knees. 5 more. 4, keep squeezing the shoulder blades together, elbows wide. 3, back of the neck is long. 2, sink down as low as you can. You're going to stay and hold in your squat. Pulse it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, sink a little deeper. 5, 4, a little deeper. 3, 2, and 1. Stay in your squat, just walk your feet together so that they're touching. You're going to stretch your arms out in front of you with your palms facing in. You can draw fists with your hand. Right leg is going to reach back to tap and then draw it back in. Tap it back and then bring it back in. Arms are going to fly open every time your right leg stretches back. Bring them back down as the knee returns. 3 more. 2. On this last one, you're going to keep your right leg straight and you're going to hold. So now you're going to pivot to your right so that you're in a side bend stretch with your right arm reaching to the left. From here, you're going to pull your elbow and knee together so you're standing. And then you're going to rebend your standing knee and go back into your side stretch. And repeat, standing tall to balance, and then return back to your side bend. Keep your right foot on the ground the whole time if you need a little help with some balance. We have about 2 more. On your next one, stay in your side bend stretch and pause. You're going to open your arm and leg out to the side, so you're in a second position plie and start pulsing down for 6, 5, 4, 3, pressing the knees back and out, and hold in your plie, keeping both knees bent. Now only moving the arms, bring the hands together and open back out. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, imagine you're holding weights in your hands. And take your final one, keep your arms open. We're going to go to the other side. So you're going to lean to your right with your left arm stretching over. From here, straightening your right leg to stand up tall to bring your left elbow and knee together. And then reach back to the right. Standing up tall, reaching back over to the right. Again, if you need to keep your left foot on the ground the whole time, please do so. Otherwise, see if you can pull that left knee all the way up. Final 2. Last one. Return back into your side bend, stretch and hold. Slight turn to your right so that you're looking down and your left leg is stretched back behind you. We're going to return back to the lunges. So from here, you're going to tap your left foot back to meet the right, and then you're going to return. This time you're going to stretch your arms back along with the leg. In and out. In and out. Final 5. Last 4. And 3. Keep the right knee bent as best as you can. 2. Last one. Keep your left leg stretched back. Pivot back to the left so that you're in your plie second position one more time. Next, straighten the legs. Lift the heels up. With control, bend the knees as you lower the heels down. And repeat, lifting up and then lowering back down. 4 more. Make sure you're really squeezing your glutes. Straighten the legs as much as you can as you come up. Final 2. Last one. With control, slowly start to roll the heels down. Staying low with your knees bent, bring your hands back behind the head. Take a side bend to the left and then to the right and keep switching. You want to make sure to pull each elbow down towards your knee on each side. See if you can bend your knees a little deeper. We have about 3 more. Final 2. Last one. Come back to center. You're going to pivot back towards the front of your mat so that your left leg is back behind you. We're going to take a lunge stretch. You're going to keep your left hand down and you're going to reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and take a twist. In your lunge, you're going to circle your arm back, go up and around, and repeat 2 more times. As you reach your arm back, see if you can open up your shoulder. After your last one, you can drop your left knee down. Use your hands to pick your chest up. Make sure you're tucking your hips forward. You're going to start to pull your chest up. You can slightly throw your head back, still keeping the back of your neck long. If you feel good, you can reach your arms up overhead, circle your arms around, and then bring your hands down to your mat. For a little extra stretch for your left hip, you can send your hips down. Once you've had enough of that, we're going to switch to the other side so you can transition through a plank. Bring your left foot forward in your lunge position. From here, keeping your right hand on the mat, the left arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling, and then start to draw circles with your left arm. Again, every time you reach back, see if you can really open up your shoulder, pulling your fingertips away from your shoulder. After your last circle, you can carefully bring your right knee down onto your mat. From here, you can use your hands to press off and then lift your chest up. Slightly tuck your hips forward so you feel an extra stretch in the front of your right hip. Pulling your chin and chest up for an extra extension. On your inhale, lift the arms up to circle around. Once your hands are on the mat, you can drop your hips down closer to your mat. And then from here, you're going to reach back into your plank one more time. Lower both knees down, bend the elbows to carefully lower your body down onto your mat. From here, keeping the legs straight, your hands are going to stay by your chest. You're going to inhale to start to float the chest off your mat. And then exhale, roll the chest back down. Pressing your hands down, lifting the chest up, maybe come up a little higher, and then exhale, lower down. If that felt good to you, you can keep going. Otherwise, see if you can extend your arms alongside your body without using your hands. See if you can float the chest up. Keeping the back of your neck long so you don't want to pull the chin up too much. Now, if all that feels good, see if you can also float your legs off the mat as you lift your chest off. Three more. Try to keep the pressure off your lower back, so only go as high as you can. 2. We got 1 more. We're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big exhale, lower everything down. You can drop your hands back onto the mat next to your chest. On your next inhale, you're going to lift your chest all the way up. You can lift your thighs off the mat with your toes tucked under, going into an upward dog position. And then when you're ready, you're going to exhale and go into a child's pose to finish. And when you're ready, Slowly start to roll up. Head is the last thing to come up, and you are all finished. Thank you for joining me on the mat today, and I'll see you in the next one.